Hello, how's things? Good, yeah. Nice and sunny day again. So today, yeah, as you can probably guess, I'm going to do talk about Heaven and Hell Part 3 by Vangelis, also known as the theme music to Carl Sagan's Cosmos. You've probably heard it better from that. It's a nice sort of ambient piece, so if you want to sort of practice working with you know, those ambient reverbs and delays, etc. Various companies do them. Strymon, Electro Harmonics. I'm using a Fender Shimmer, was it Fender layer reverb, but it's basically like the Shimmer setting on a lot of reverb pedals you might be able to get. Yeah, Boss do one as well. In their sort of reverb pedal, and I'm sure in various effects rigs, etc. I'm sure you recognise that sort of ambient patch. That, you know, it's like playing in a playing in a great big sort of aircraft hangar somewhere. Yeah. So coming back to this, I mean, I'll turn some of these effects off. Just right. So, okay. So starting clean. The guitar's a bit quieter because that's the way I've set it. Put in some overdrive, and I mean overdrive, not distortion, because it. So it's that point where it's just breaking up, where if you're just gentle with it, then it cleans up again. You could try overdriving the amp and rolling the volume off. That's another way of doing it. But it's mostly based on two chords, sort of A7 and E. A7. Two versions of A7. So not A and E at all. No, I mean A and D. A and D. So I'm half asleep today. And then if you've got a whammy bar on your guitar, it works best on a Strat on the neck pickup as well. Just gives it a more sort of bell-like chime. So yeah, so the actual, I mean, you could do it sort of by recording the backing track and then playing over it, but that's a bit more complicated. I mean, this way you're sort of integrating your lead playing with your chord playing as well. So we're borrowing some ideas from classical guitar actually as well, by supporting the notes you're playing with the chord. So like the first note of the melody is E. So it's almost dueling banjo. yeah. So I'm not going to play dueling banjos, but so I'm playing that over this A chord. Then we're going to this D. No. So what we're doing here, we're picking out this arpeggio. So what we're doing there, it's a sort of a diminished something or other. And then we're going here. And then sliding that up to this C sharp. Now, you can play it higher up. And in fact, when we actually do put like delay and reverb in, now, I mean that bit, for me, there was a children's programme in England called Bagpuss. And they had this puppet called Professor Yaffle, and whenever he like climbed down from like a bookcase, they used to be accompanied by this little theme, which is very similar to so maybe Vangelis got that from watching Bagpuss, I don't know. Yeah, so we could do that. It's just that it's a bit slow, and to try and catch people's attention, because of the sort of the age we live in these days, I think people don't seem to enjoy the sort of ponderous stuff that much, you know, like they might have done, or did they enjoy it in the first place? I don't know. So I want to try and grab people's attention. So the good way of doing that is playing that E on top of the A. So it's buried in that chord, and it's sort of the way I set the amp with, you know, with it's like slightly overdriven. It's almost sort of Hank Marvin territory as well. So we're doing that sort of Hank whammy flutter there. Now you might find that tricky. This is an idea that comes from flamenco guitar, because we're playing A in another position. And then this with this D here, and then drop down and. Now this is going to take a lot of practice, and I know I'm throwing a lot of technique at you and whatever, but when you actually get there, you realise it's actually a very beautiful piece. And so when we actually go into the hook part, which is so it starts on this A7, goes to this A7. Now this bit is very sort of Chariots of Fire. That bit. So I mean, Vangelis. I mean, you find this a lot with composers and musicians that they've got their own little sort of motifs that they all drag out every now and again, and that's one of Vangelis's. But whilst that's going on, there's like towards the close of the piece, there's a little sort of descant part, which is, now this is going to be a bit more tricky. Try not to do that. And then you maybe take a solo as it starts to fade out. Now that's a bit sort of Alan Holdsworth, the sort of Vinnie Moore type territory. So that's still over this A7 to D. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. This is a piece I've just wanted to do a tutorial on for a while. If you have any suggestions for any tutorials, you know, any sort of how to play it pieces, then please leave them below. Please comment below as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you soon. Thanks very much for watching.